everyone.
My name is Lorley.
And I'm James.
And this is Extra-Ordinary. Welcome to Extra-Ordinary, your weekly rundown of all the things that are happening in the Catholic Church. It's the 33rd week in Ordinary Time, and this week we're going to be focusing on the theme of worship. Isn't that right, James?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So we're going to link them to sort of like what's coming up in the week. And the week actually starts with Monday, so what's going on Monday?
Monday is Ordinary Time in our diocese, which you might be thinking, oh, not much is going on. But actually, we don't have many days that are just Ordinary Time left, because we're coming up to Advent, which is the start of the Church's year. So we don't have many days where we can just think about the Church and how it is at the moment.
Yeah, and I think it's also really important to sort of like almost savour them days, because as we know, like sometimes we think of Ordinary Time as, oh, it's just normal. We're just gonna sit here and nothing's really going on. But it's important to remember that the reason Ordinary Time is green is for the growth of the church. We should always be in this time of growth. So really savour these last few days before Advent rolls around.
Or even use Monday to prepare for a very special feast day on Tuesday, which is the feast day of St. Hugh of Lincoln. He's a patron saint of our diocese, a big deal.
That is a big title.
Yes.
Big title.
Big title. We've actually visited a few weeks ago the St. Hugh of Lincoln school, which was a lovely school, so shout out to you guys if you're watching. He was also known as St. Hugh of Avalon, as he was born there. He was a monk and a bishop in Lincoln during the Reformation of the church, which was a time when there was a little bit of disagreement
big time.
In the Catholic Church about what was happening and what we believe. And so he was a bishop all the way back then. He was actually the first Carthusian priest to be declared a saint.
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal.
That's just the type of monk, isn't it,
yeah,
James?
It's just like a flavour of Christianity.
Yes. But he was the very first one, so again, a big deal. Then we move on to Wednesday, which is again just another day, I say, but it is Ordinary Time in our diocese. Which is still important, still about
Very
the church's growth and what we're going to do, but maybe a little bit of a breather midweek. And then we move on to Thursday, which is a super exciting day.
Yeah, so Thursday is the feast day of Saint Elizabeth of Hungary. Now, she is the patron saint of charities, Catholic charities. And that's for a very good reason. She was very dedicated and loved just helping the poor and the suffering throughout her life. She had a great love for doing that, which is why she's the patron saint of Catholic charities. Now, her life, it was very tough throughout her life. I mean, her husband died, and then the rest of her family sort of like mistreated her, and then finally disowned her and kicked her out. Which is the point in her life where she actually dedicated her life to the Franciscan order, which is sort of like the Carthusians, another type of monk. But she dedicated the rest of her life to the Franciscan order, where she worked in a hospital, really showing the people who were suffering there and were sick there so much love and so much compassion, and looking after them. Now, she died in 1231, and just 4 years later she was made a saint. That's how much of an impact she had. Just 4 years later,
is quick.
She was declared a saint. And she actually died before she was even 24. So the amount of work that she must have put in and the love that she had in her life for all the good things around her must have just been so much.
So inspirational.
That's a very big deal. So a very great person to sort of like look at the story of. And then after that we move on to Friday, which again is another day in Ordinary Time, another day for growth and maybe just a bit of a breather again, before moving on to Saturday. So Saturday is the feast day of the presentation of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the temple. Very special day. Now, I hadn't heard this one before, but it's a pretty cool feast day. So this day we celebrate when Mary's parents brought her into the temple and presented her after her birth, just to say thank you to God for gifting them their only child. Like Mary was her parents' only child, she was an only child. And this was just to celebrate that and say thank you to God. And that really fits in with the word of the week, worship. Because worship is all about coming to God and celebrating all the good things that happen in our lives, just like Mary's parents did. Celebrating all the good things and remembering where they've come from, where all them blessings that we have come from, which is ultimately God. So it's a great way. And also it links into Elizabeth as well, Saint Elizabeth. She knew all the good things that she had in her life, all the people she was helping. They were amazing people. She was helping them, and she worshipped God for all them good things that happened in her life.
So your mission going forward this week is try and find something that you want to celebrate and thank God for. Worship is all about all those good things that we are saying thank you to God and the gifts that he gives us. So make sure you find that thing in your life and really celebrate it this week. I've been Lorley.
And I've been James.
And this has been Extra-Ordinary. Thank you so much for watching.
See you soon.
Bye.